Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, angelic astrologer and spiritual consultant with angelmessenger.net, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 15th through Sunday, September 21st, 2014. So this week astrologically, it's a pretty light week. The moon is always moving through different signs of the zodiac, and the moon almost every single day is making a variety of aspects. So whenever I do these weekly readings, I don't always talk about what the moon is doing because it's moving so fast through the signs and it's making so many aspects. So other than the moon making aspects this week, there's a couple of things going on, and it's going to be building throughout the week, and you'll be feeling that as it builds throughout the week. And one of those things is that on Sunday, the 21st, so it's right at the end of this week's weekly reading, the Mars is going to be squaring the planet Neptune, which means it's in a challenging aspect to Neptune. Now, Mars is in Sagittarius, and Neptune is in Pisces. And even though this happens on Sunday the 21st, as far as it comes into its exact aspect or exact configuration there, as far as that challenging square, you're going to be feeling it throughout the week, especially towards midweek and then the latter part of the week. And what I feel with Mars square Neptune, there's a couple of things. First of all, just on a physical level, I feel like because Mars rules our physical energy, we're going to be feeling a little bit more physically drained or perhaps physically tired, just a little bit lacking in energy. So, just so that you know that if you're feeling that way, it's because of this transit, and you'll probably start to feel better going into next week. The other thing, though, is that with Mars in the sign of Sagittarius, Sagittarius rules our belief systems, and it rules religion as well. And of course, Neptune being in Pisces, the sign of Pisces rules spirituality. It rules all that is. It rules universal energy. So it's not necessarily, about religion, but it's about spirituality. And so these two signs have a similar kind of flavor, although Sagittarius, that Mars in Sagittarius, is more of the earthly religions that we as man or as a humanity have created for ourselves. Whereas the Pisces, with Neptune and Pisces, is more about the big picture, universal energies, all that is, it's that God source energy across the board, no matter what your chosen religion is like. So what I feel with the Mars and Sagittarius in this challenging aspect to Neptune and Pisces is that there might be energies of judgment that come up during the week, okay? Because everybody has their certain belief systems, or perhaps their different belief systems. None are right, none are wrong, it just all is what it is. But some people might have more of a judgment that they are right, as opposed to someone else's belief systems. And this doesn't just have to be spirituality and religion. I mean, this can be a lot of other things too. It's just regarding what you believe in, what your personal beliefs are, versus being non-judgmental and unconditionally loving and unconditionally accepting like the Pisces energy would be. So just know that throughout this week there might be some challenges with people like taking a stand and feeling that their way is the right way, or what they think is the right way to think, and they might be almost trying to convince other people to think that way or feel that way or act that way as well. The other big thing that comes up this particular week is that Pluto, the planet that rules power and control and big transformation and big change, it's slowing down as it's getting ready to turn to direct motion. Now, it actually doesn't turn to direct motion until Monday the 22nd, which will be the beginning of next week's reading. But because Pluto is slowing down, and because it's such a slow-moving planet, and it packs such a powerful punch of energies, related to all those things that I just mentioned: power, control, change, transformation, transition, death and rebirth, you're going to be feeling this energy as well as that planet is slowing down, and it's going to bring all of those things that Pluto rules up to the surface, to where people will be manifesting experiences or situations regarding power and control issues, or regarding death and rebirth, on an energetic level, perhaps even a physical level. But it's about releasing the old ways, the old paradigm of energies, and rebirthing or coming into a new way, the new paradigm of energies. So this week, even though there's only a couple of things that seem to be going on astrologically, they're both pretty huge energies, So just kind of be aware that this is kind of the theme of what's going on this week. Now, for this week's weekly reading, as far as the cards are concerned, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot cards. And for your special message card this week, we're going to be using the Archangel Michael Oracle cards, also by Doreen Virtue. Now, as I was shuffling the decks and meditating on this week prior to starting the video, this card fell out of the Angel Tarot deck, okay? I haven't seen it, but it just kind of fell out, and I decided through what my guides and angels were saying that this was supposed to be an extra message card for everyone this week. So we have it back here, and we're going to take a look at that as well. Your stones for this week. We have this wonderful, beautiful blue agate stone. It's a very vibrant color, to me, throat chakra type of blue stone. The agate brings emotional, physical, and mental energies into a balance. So that could be very helpful for you this week. Your second stone of choice is jet. This is a black stone. The black stones are always stones of protection. This particular stone, jet, also alleviates fears and anxieties that you may be carrying. Your third stone of choice, this is Amazonite. And Amazonite is a green-colored stone. We can say that, it could vibrate to the heart chakra or even the thyroid chakra. But what Amazonite is good for is one of the things, it protects against electromagnetic pollution. And so what does that mean? Electromagnetic pollution is like cell phone, microwave, computer, energy emanations. So it actually protects your energy body from these electromagnetic energies. Another thing that Amazonite does is it calms the brain and the nervous system. So again, your stones of choice are the blue agate, the jet, and the Amazonite. So let's go ahead and shuffle the deck, and we're going to call in all of our angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the light. Calling in the archangels. If I already didn't say it, I call in the ascended masters and ask that they bring forth whatever messages, wisdom, and knowledge is in everyone's highest and best interest to know for this week. So this is going to be our first card. This is going to be our second card, and this is going to be our third card for the week. All right, so let's take a look at what the messages say. We start out with the Seven of Water, okay? And the message at the bottom says a complex decision, the need to do research, and stop procrastinating. Now, water cards are always about our emotions and our feelings, and the 7 vibration here is a spiritual energy, but a very internal energy, okay? So it's kind of about withdrawing your energies, going within, and in this case, we're going within to try to analyze in a sense, because the number 7 also deals with analyzing, but it's analyzing our feelings and our emotions. And we have here the symbology is, a bunch of cups, and what the 7 of water usually symbolizes is that there's a lot of choices that we could make, and it's confusing, because there are so many choices or so many different directions that we could go. It ends up being very confusing as to which way to go or which path to choose. Now again, this is on an emotional feeling level, so I want to say there's a lot of confusing emotions and feelings going on this week, and this is calling you to kind of pull back your energies in meditation and contemplation to try to sort out what these feelings are all about, to sort out what these energies are all about. And of course, since one of those astrological energies that we talked about was Mars squaring Neptune, that can be really confusing energies as well. So it's not surprising that this card came up to start out our week. Let's turn over the second card to get more information. Okay, we have the Three of Fire. And the Three of Fire says abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. And so what I'm getting the feeling is that what the angels are saying is that this particular week, even though there's some confusing emotions going on and we're not sure what path to take or what direction to take, and we have to kind of pull back and do that kind of self-reflection kind of time period, this is saying that in the long run, in the near future, that there's going to be bright days ahead. There's going to be, again, blessings and abundance and prosperity and creative self-expression and growth, positive growth that comes in. But I feel like this is saying that you just need to have a little bit of patience, okay? Make those long-term plans, long-term commitments, think ahead, feel, what you have to plan out. It may not be the time this week, but stay positive, is what this is saying. Through all the confusing energies, stay positive and uplifted, because very soon things are going to look up and look brighter. Let's look what the last card is. Okay, this is the Four of Earth. And the Four of Earth says being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. Now, it's interesting because we started out with a water card, which is the emotions and the feelings. We had our second card as a fire card, which is about spiritual energy and passionate energy. And then we end with an earth card, which is all about the physical realm. And with the number 4, we're talking about creating security in the physical realm, building a sense of a solid foundation and manifestation with things that we're working on or working towards. So again, I feel like throughout this week, in the confusing energies and making your long-term plans and not being too worried or too concerned, because things will get better after this week, that this is saying that things will start to make sense. And I feel like this is more towards the end of the week perhaps, as Pluto is getting ready to turn direct at the beginning of next week. But things will start to make sense. They'll start to come into form. The Four of Earth is kind of a card that brings things into form again. It brings things into manifestation. And I feel that you're going to start to have a clearer perspective or a clearer picture on how the things in your life, the situations and circumstances in your life, will fall into place this week. Let's see what the extra special message card is that fell out of the deck earlier. Okay, so here we have a major arcana, and this is major arcana number 15. This is called the Ego card with Archangel Jophiel, and it says a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, and negative or fear-based thoughts. Now, in the traditional tarot, this card, major arcana number 15, is the Devil card. And what this deals about, and obviously it says it right here, is the ego. This is about your ego fears, the illusions that your ego creates, anxieties, doubts. And again, with the beginning of the week, starting out with the Seven of Water, saying there's all these kind of confusing or conflicting energies going on, your feelings and emotions aren't grounded or balanced. This is where all those ego doubts, fears, and anxieties are going to come up. And this is kind of a huge lesson for this week, because this is a major arcana. When you have the major arcana, there's important spiritual lessons to be learned or overcome. And so what this is saying is that as you move throughout the week, understand that your ego doesn't have power over you. Okay, that this is why the Seven of Water calls you to self-reflect and meditate and go within and connect with your higher source, your eternal self, God's source energies, your angels and guides is what it's calling you to do, is to tap into all of that and to have a sense of faith and trust. The number 7 here with the Seven of Water, the 7 is about having faith and trust. And again, this card here, the ego card, is just saying that your ego is just the illusion, that there's certain things this week that are going to be posing the illusion, and to take off the mask. Here in this image, this man here has a mask over his head, and so it's time to take off that mask of illusion and to see things from a different perspective, see things as they really are, not as your ego poses through the fears and anxieties that it shows you. Let's see what your special message card is, depending on your stone of choice. So we'll take up the Archangel Michael deck and we'll shuffle it here. Calling forth Archangel Michael to bring forth whatever messages, wisdom, and knowledge is in your best interest. So the blue agate people. The blue agate people, the message says, the person you're asking about is trustworthy. So it seems like this week the blue agate people are dealing with situations that involve other people, relationships. Could be a boss, could be coworkers, could be a significant other or family member in your life. But whoever it is, whoever this person is, and whatever the situation is, Archangel Michael is telling you that it's okay. Again, whatever confusing things are going on, it's an illusion. It's a miscommunication. It's something that's not the way it appears to be. This person and the situation, you can trust it. You can trust the person. And, whatever has been going on, like I said, is just some sort of misunderstanding, and it's not true reality. It's not true reality. So let it go, and again, have trust and faith in the person, and have trust and faith in the relationship, whatever type of relationship it is, and move forward knowing that you can, again, have that trust in the person. Okay, let's look at what the message is for the people that chose the Jet. The Jet, this says, your children are watched over by angels. So it seems like we're dealing a lot with other people this week. And what Archangel Michael is saying here is that there may be a family situation going on that involves children in some way. And Archangel Michael wants you to know that your children are protected. And it strikes me right now that we talked about the Jet being a stone of protection. And so this message is saying that your children are protected. If they're trying something new, maybe they're going to school for the first time, maybe they're taking a trip, there might be some sort of situation or circumstance where you're concerned about them for some reason. And Archangel Michael is divinely guiding and protecting your children, and wants you to know. And even if it's not your child, but this could be even, I'm getting the image that it could even be a pet, because our pets are our children as well. So again, Archangel Michael wants you to know that your pets, your children, your loved ones are very much protected by the angels, so you need not have any worries or concerns this week. And then for those of you that chose the Amazonite, let's give this a shuffle. The Amazonite people, this one is sticking out and calling to me. This says, you and your loved ones are safe. Isn't that interesting? It's almost like the last card. A similar theme that's going on with Archangel Michael here. So the Amazonite message, Archangel Michael is telling you again that you, your family, your friends, your significant others, they are safe. They are definitely divinely protected and guided. This is a week of a lot of protection from the angels with what's going on this week, with some of the crazy, confusing, unbalanced energies that may, at least in the beginning of the week or throughout the week, be going on. So big message is that you're safe, it's okay. And again, with that ego card, the major arcana number 15, you just need to keep your emotional balance. You need to understand that you are a spiritual being and connect and stay connected to that higher light that is within you, and knowing that God and the angels are protecting you this week. I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Stay tuned for next week's angel card reading as well. I send you much love and light and many, many angel blessings.